Hello all, it's all here, back with another Rune guide video. Today's video is going to help you improve your play with Maximilian. We're going to go through what's the best runes for him, stones, and the best team ups to make the best use out of Maximilian. But first, let's just go and take a reminder of what his attack does. His attack is called Shadowless Movement. He attacks the backline and frontline enemies once, granting attack down on the backline enemies and defense down on the frontline enemies. Afterwards, additionally inflicts powerful damage on all enemies twice. He's a very powerful monster. He is only a 4-cost mana dark attacker. So now we know what his movements are. Let's move on to what's the best runes to equip him. In the early game then, the best rune to equip him is the Fatal Rune. This gives him a 15% extra attack, and that's the only rune you need to equip him on the early game. So let's move on to mid-game runes. On the mid-game runes then, you want to keep with the Fatal Rune, which gives him the additional 15% attack, but then I would put the Swift Rune, which gives him the mana cost down by 1 on the first time you use him. So that knocks him down from a 4 mana cost to a 3 mana cost monster, which would be great at any point in the battle if you want to get him off early and just surprise that enemy to take him off early as a 3-cost monster. So let's move on to the late game. Okay, so now on the late game there's 2 options I've got for you here. Now you can either equip him with the Violent, which gives 30% chance to card back, which I think is very helpful because not only does he do attack 1 down and defense down on the front and back lines, if you get him again you can use him again, and now you've got attack 2 down and defense down 2 as well. So this, for that reason alone, just getting the debuffs on the enemy Violent is very handy on there. And the other option would be the Vampire Rune, because he attacks multiple people and he does attack them more than once. It just gives him that health and gives him that extra sustainability to keep him alive on the battlefield. Whichever one you pick, it's entirely up to you, but let us know down in the comments which one you prefer, or do you use a different one? Let us know. But I would also pair those up with penetration. This gives him 10% damage penetration, and again, because he attacks so many people, this one just makes sense. So if you made it this far to the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to go through all the monsters in the game. I've done 40 plus already, so I'd love to know that you're following me on this one, and enjoy the rest of the video. So now we are going to go on to the stones. So starting in the rarity order, we've got the green stone. This increases the duration of the harmful effects granted by Shadowless Movement by 3 seconds. Now this is a good basic first stone. If you get it, equip it, because it is a handy one to make sure those attack downs and defense downs last longer. However, that does get superseded by the purple one, which increases his damage of Shadowless Movement by 15%. That, with the Fatal Rune, that gives him an extra 30% attack. That's not including any substats, so this is why this one is very good if you can grab it. Definitely better than the green one. However, his legendary one, and it is a passive, so it can be stopped by Tessarian's Oblivion. However, it collects weapons from the dead enemies and increases the damage of its Shadowless Movement by 10%, whether an enemy dies. Now, I have done some testing on this, and he doesn't necessarily have to kill the enemy to get the weapon. However, the enemy does have to die by a skill. I've tested it most times, and just a normal, the auto attack doesn't, for whatever reason, does not include in this. However, you've only got to kill 2 people and collect their weapons, and it's more than the purple stone already. So by far, hands down, this is the best and possibly brokenest legendary stone. Brokenest? Is that even a word? We're going to go with it. The best stone for Maximilian, hands down, and one of the best in the game. Let me know down below if you have it. If you do, super jealous, but let us know, because that will be great to know how many people luckily got this. I myself tried to do 500 books to get this legendary weapon, and thumbnail on the top, just so you can switch that video after this one to let you know how I did. Now, moving on to the team ups and the best way to utilize Maximilian in a team. First team that I would pick with Maximilian is you would use Maximilian first, and then you have a choice of who you want to play, whoever's your highest or whoever would fit in your team more. But you've got Prey, Lee, Beth or Ritesh, and these three characters purely are in here because they also do defense down. So not only have they got defense down 1 for Maximilian's attack, Prey, Lee, Beth and Ritesh also put attack down 2 on the enemy. So now the whole front line enemy has now got defense down 3. And then you finish it up with a Lapis, or you finish it up with a Rakan or even a Copper, because Copper's part ability is his damage is proportionate to how low, or the difference between his defense and enemy defense, so that would be a good one. Also the Barb King with sneaky entrance in there. Not only will he attack harder with defense down 3, he will also put his Reckless on there, which gives you 20% more damage. So the Barb King will have maximum output if you have him higher level. So that's team 1, which would be great. And then flicking over to the back team, you can still use Maximilian, and then what you want to do is counteract when they use a back person after Maximilian with Wood Arm. Now the back line, the entire back line now has -3 attack. So they're the 2 best team ups that you need to have with your team to maximize your Maximilian. Now you have got Maximilian all sorted, now you need to check out this video to further improve your team. Thank you for watching.